So today we'll be starting off with ions and ionic bonds. Yesterday we talked about what are ions. Ions can be positive as well, they can be negative as well. If an atom gains electron, it becomes a negative ion, and if an atom loses electron, it becomes a positive ions. So first we'll talk about the formation of ions, that how do ions form. So basically, an ion is an electrically charged atom or a group of atom formed by the loss or gain of electrons. And this loss or gain of electron takes place to gain full outer shell of electrons. And the electronic structure of an ion will be the same as that of a noble gas. Now, what is an important thing about noble gases? Noble gases होते हैं group 8 में. And the thing about all of these group 8 elements is that they all have a complete outer shell. जैसे हीलियम हो गए, नियॉन हो गए, argon हो गए. So here you can see if we talk about a sodium atom. Now sodium atom has 11 electrons, which mean it has an electronic configuration of 281. Can you tell me what does this sodium atom have to do to become an ion? Would it have to lose electron or gain electron, and how many?
It will have to. Which one? Wait a second. Which one?
Sodium. Will it lose or gain?
Sodium atom. Um, 288. Mm, Nothing. It wouldn't gain or lose.
Why? Is the outermost shell
Wait, no.
complete?
Wait, no. It would lose one. So it
Okay,
will be
good.
positive one.
Good. It would be positive one. ठीक है. And now its new electronic configuration would be 2, 8. अब जो outer shell के electron है, they are now complete. So here you can see that the outer shell only had one electron, and now it doesn't have an outer shell. अब outer shell आपका कौन सा है? The one which has 8 electrons. So a sodium atom has one electron in its valence outermost shell, and there is space for 7 more electrons in the third shell. Sodium atoms lose their outermost electron, leaving 2 full shells of electrons as well. अब chlorine है. Chlorine is 287. Chlorine has space for one more electron. If it has one more, this 7 would become 8. Now it is going to do what? It is easy to gain one electron rather than losing 7. Why would it lose 7? It's easy if I just send one electron to chlorine and it will get a -1 charge. Got it?
Yeah.
And remember, now chlorine and sodium are stable, because stable कब होता है? When a shell has full electron shell. So how does this ionization of metals and non-metals take place? Remember, metals, all metals lose electrons to other atoms. जैसे कि आपके पास metals होंगे group 1 metals, group 2 metals, group 3 metals, ठीक है? Then the transition metals. Remember, all these group 1 metal, 2 metal, 3 metal, they all lose electron. They are all going to lose electrons, which means they are all going to form positive ions. Whereas if I talk about the non-metals, उसके अंदर आपके पास group 4, 5, 6, 7, ठीक है? ये वाले जो है, 8 is already stable. These are going to form negative ions. Non-metals है. Why? Because they gain electrons. So non-metals, all non-metals gain electrons from other atoms to form negatively charged ions. Now, what is electrostatic attraction? The positive and negative charges are held together by strong electrostatic forces of attraction between the opposite charges. This is what holds the ionic compounds together. For example, if you look at the ionic bonding in sodium chloride, sodium has lost one electron, has a +1 charge. Chlorine has gained that electron. Now, हुआ क्या है? The electron that sodium lost is gained by who? Chlorine. हुआ क्या था? Look at this. If sodium was 281 and chlorine was 287, sodium lost this electron and this electron was gained by chlorine. And now chlorine is what? 288 and sodium is 28. Is it clear?
Yeah.
This is how an ionic bond forms. And now one of them is positive and one of them is negative. And there's always electrostatic attraction between positive and negative ion. So the formation of ionic bonds, how is it going to take place from group 1 to 7? Let me show you that as well. So how does this formation of ionic bond take place from group 1 to 7? A sodium atom donates its valence electron to a chlorine atom. What happened? Sodium was 281. Chlorine was 287. Sodium decided to lose this electron and donate it to chlorine. Now sodium is what? 28 and chlorine is
Yeah.
what? 288. Got it?
Yeah.
Now sodium is a positive ion, chlorine is a negative ion. And there's going to be which force of attraction? The electrostatic force of attraction between unlike charges. This electrostatic force of attraction is what we call as an ionic bond. Have you got it? How do ionic bonds form?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Sodium is a group 1 metal, so it will lose one outer electron to another atom to gain a full outer shell of electrons. A positive sodium ion with the charge +1 is formed, and chlorine is a group 7 non-metal, so will need to gain an electron to have a full outer shell of electrons. One electron will be transferred from the outer shell of the sodium atom to the outer shell of the chlorine atom, and a chlorine atom will gain an electron to form a negatively charged chloride ion with a charge of -1. So now the compound form would be known as sodium chloride or NaCl. So if we talk about another example, magnesium. Magnesium is 12, which is 282. Magnesium is 282. Now what will happen? Two electrons will be lost by magnesium and they would be gained by oxygen. Oxygen was 16 to 6. Now, oxygen needs two more. Those two will be donated by these magnesium, and now oxygen will become what? 2, 8. And magnesium would become what? 2, 8 as well. Both of them are going to become 2, 8. Got it?
Yeah.
Good job. So the compound form would be known as magnesium oxide. How do I know the formula is magnesium oxide? Magnesium has now a charge of 2 plus and oxygen has a charge of 2 minus. When we cross them, it becomes Mg2O2. So 2 से cancel हो जाएगा. It will become MgO. So magnesium is a group 2 metal, so we'll lose two outer electrons to another atom to have a full outer shell of electrons. A positive ion with a charge +2 would be formed, and oxygen is a group 6 non-metal, so we'll need to gain two electrons. Remember, all group 2 metals always have a +2 charge, and group 6 metals always have a -2 charge. Two electrons will be transferred from the outer shell of the magnesium to the outer shell of the oxygen atom, and this oxygen atom will gain two electrons to form a negative ion with the charge -2. And this would be the formula of the ionic compound. Let me show you that as well. Next, we will talk about what is a lattice structure of ionic compounds. Now, the arrangement refers to the atoms of a substance in a 3D space. What is a lattice? A lattice structure is a regular arrangement of different atoms और वो एक 3D structure में जब arrange होते हैं. These lattice structures is the atoms are arranged in an ordered and a repeating fashion. The lattices formed by ionic compounds consist of a regular arrangement of alternating positive and negative ions. This is what a lattice structure basically looks like. आपके पास ढेर सारे positive ions होंगे surrounded by a lot of negative ions as well. ठीक है? They are all surrounded by negative ions. The green one are the positive ions. So this is what we call as a 3D lattice structure. Got it?
Yeah.
And that is the end of your lecture.